It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Chicago Bulls. Looking at the Bulls, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season. You know,
huge
typically
deals.
Huge deals. You know, but typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture and bring them together. But there have been some great trades in mid-season. So you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets, to get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, Ernie, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
Sometimes worth the risk, and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
I never want to waste your time.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Earlier in the season, the Charlotte Hornets ended up losing their last game in this matchup to Chicago. So far, no luck against this team. They dropped both of the games in the previous 2 matchups this season.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well.
And Chris, as the season gets going, a lot of players start having lengthy road trips. Just how hard is it to play on the tail end of, say, a 5, 6, or a 7-game trip?
It's terrible. You miss the comforts of home, sleeping in your own bed, eating your own food, your habits, being on the road. Or you just miss all the good things about home, your family, and things like that. But you have to love these trips. One, if you're a player, because they set up time for chemistry. It's the most time you get to spend with your teammates. You really get to bond and get to know who each other are. Secondly, it takes a toll on that team. It wears you down. It sets you up for failure when you come home. And what's great about that is every team has to go through it.
Right.
So this is the NBA. It has to be the hardest league, the hardest schedule. And so it's tough, but, you know, that's what we do as players in this league. And so I love it because everyone does it. And I've always said it, sports is so fair because it's unfair to us all. And that's an unfair part of the game, but you got to get through it. You got to battle it, and you got to...
Oh, wow. Look out.
It's a beautiful jam.
And I don't know if there's anybody who can match Levine when it comes to the art of the dunk. He is a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Here's Walker. Dishes it to Howard. Another shot. That's tipped. Batum against Holiday. Markkanen lays it up off the glass.
And Markkanen continuing to improve inside. I mean, utilizing his height, D has a tough time matching up with somebody with his skill set.
Batum against Levine, and a wide open look for Walker. Off target with his 3. Here's Chicago. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And that was not an easy game for them. I mean, they barely hung on at the end of regulation before they were able to pull it out in overtime.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough battle all night. I thought their great conditioning was the difference in the outcome.
Just 5 on the clock. They grab their own miss. Lopez. Great D that time from Batum.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And Walker kicks to Batum. Charlotte no good that time either. The Bulls have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Holiday. Look at that.
And you got to like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Walker with it, now guarded by Dunn. And Walker kicks to Batum from the baseline. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Batum's got his second bucket tonight.
That's how you stay within the flow of the offense, just taking what the defense gives.
Pass to Markkanen. Levine dishes to Markkanen. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Dunn kicks to Holiday. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And this is why scouting is so important. You've got to be able to identify those role players who can complement what your team does.
Yeah, that was big-time production from the bench, especially on the offensive end. The Bulls have been very active in revamping this roster. A lot of trades and player movement. They were worried of becoming a treadmill team.
With some lackluster finishes to their season the last couple of years, that worry of finishing poorly isn't going away for Bulls fans. But luckily, the Bulls have a history, Chris, of shaking things up.
It's never easy to make that choice. The front office has been proactive in shaking things up. Not easy, but they are committed to change right now.
Charlotte trailer. Feeds to Lamb. The pass to Hernan Gomez. Kicks it to Batum. Beyond the arc. Nice D from Levine. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And you need an army to keep Howard away from the basket. He's so superb at snatching up offensive rebounds.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Top of the key, Dunn. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And the Hornets team that while they have added rotation players via the draft, they haven't been able to draft a star to build around yet.
No, well, and with the Hornets, their best pick has been Kemba Walker back in 2011. I mean, they've traded away a lot of their picks right after making them. However, that might change as they lucked out with Monk falling to them. Well, if you watch the Hornets over the past few seasons, it's easy to see how disciplined they are. They don't turn the ball over on simple plays. They never get too ahead of themselves and give away possessions.
Here's Hernan Gomez, and it's Chicago with the rebound. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound in this one. Holiday attacking. Here's Dunn. Great D that time from Batum.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those 2 things that he possesses.
They get it back, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I love watching Howard still doing his thing out there, a nightly double-double threat.
And with the Hornets taking care of the ball really has become a bit of an identity for this team. It's something that is at the heart of what they do.
Well, with the roster they have, in order to compete with the top teams, they need to play smart. Limiting turnovers and making the most of possessions is critical in that.
And so Howard nails both of them. The Bulls have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Steve Clifford. Dave, what do you have to say?
Well, guys, he said he's expecting his defense on the interior to be important. He said we can protect the rim with our shot blocking. We want to keep them outside of the paint, but if they get inside, our ability to deny can come in handy tonight. Kevin, we'll see if he's right. Back to you.
Thanks for the report, David. So their focus, guys, is going to be on defense right away.
And that's always a good philosophy. Don't let an opponent get settled. Try to take them out of their game early.
Well, you know what, guys? One of the things that stand out to me is how well their team communicates on defense. I mean, they function as a unit. That's why defense is a weapon for them.
Levine wide open. Drops in the tray. Levine's got 7 points in the game.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Walker with it. He had 13 points in the win against Detroit. Howard kicks to Batum. There's the feed to Lamb. Clock at 6. Unloads. And the shot is long.
His percentage from the field is not very strong this quarter.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the threes and the twos last season for the Hornets.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from three-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
They set the pick. A shot. Shot's good by Walker.
Walker is so adept at running these pick and rolls. He has a feel for when to pass and when to let it fly.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And Chris, you had to deal with different injuries during your playing career. Some guys get bit by the injury bug and some others avoid it their whole career. Do you think that staying healthy, Chris, is a skill or is it just luck of the draw?
Man, that's a great question, Kevin. I really can't answer that when you look at a guy like Jordan and seeing him only hurt his ankle one time. Or,
right.
You know, I do think when you take care of your body and you prepare that you can definitely stave off injuries. But at the same time, I think it's the luck of the draw. If you're a guy like myself and you're rebounding in the paint and there are a lot of feet under you, you're going to come down on someone's ankle and twist your ankle. We've seen a lot of non-physical injuries, a lot of injuries that just seem to happen out of nowhere. When you look at George's injury with the Olympics that time, or you look at a guy like Steph Curry with his ankle injuries that he had back in the day. So I really can't answer that. That's a great question. It's like what comes first, the chicken or the egg? But I would just say this, no matter how hard you work, it takes a little bit of luck to be successful. I think we all would say that. So I would lean on more so the side of luck than necessarily being prepared and not having an injury.
Good answer. Portis, and stolen by Howard. Now Kid Gilchrist. His last outing, he had 8 points. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Vonleh. Chicago trailing here. Here's Grant. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Charlotte shooting looking a little out of sorts early. 37%. Outside, Kid Gilchrist passes it to Stone. There's the screen, and Zeller kicks to Kid Gilchrist. And there's Zeller, and that's good on the assist from Kid Gilchrist. And the Hornets lead by 1. Grant the pass to Portis. Here's G. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Grant kicks to Portis. And here we go with Kid Gilchrist heading to the hoop. And Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
You got to respect the two-way game of Kid Gilchrist. Terrific at clogging up passing and dribbling lanes with his length.
Now the dish to Vonleh. Here's G. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Well, every team needs rebounding. Let's check out the league's top rebounders. The 4th spot held by Dwight Howard.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
Pick by Zeller. Stone kicks to Kid Gilchrist. In the corner, it's Monk. Pass to Zeller. He dishes it to Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte moving the ball around. Shoots a three. They get it back. That shot misses. Bulls trail by 3. And here is Grant. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Portis. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Portis has got 5 points so far.
You love it when the big fella shows off his ability from beyond the arc.
Stone kicks to Monk. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the first. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And maybe not as highly touted as some other guards that went before him, but Malik Monk can be scary on the floor. He can get hot like no other, and once he's dialed in, the points just seem to flow.
First free throw is good. And Greg, as you said, Monk has that ability to take over with his shooting.
I mean, Monk looks to get going with his scoring at all times, and he's just got that shooter's mentality where all shots are good shots. That can be a positive and a negative, but I prefer he have that aggressive mentality when it comes to scoring the basketball.
Here's Zipser. The second effort. Portis can't get it to go.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Stone. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Hornets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
He's off on the first. And he sinks the second. 15 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Grant outside. He feeds it to G. With the shot. Misses off the left iron. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Hornets ahead, leading by just 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker, who talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free, just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, forever.
Infectious enthusiasm. You see it every time he steps on the floor. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Well, this roster is built for guys with speed. They're running the floor hard in the first quarter.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. G is out there with Grant. Then there's Valentine. And it's Portis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Grant outside. To the middle. G dishes to Grant. Banked in off the glass. Grant's got his second bucket of the night. Charlotte in the lead. Here's Stone. He kicks to Monk. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by G. From the arc. The shot. No good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Monk kicks to Stone. Dishes it to Howard. Here's Stone. He has 5. Pass to Zeller. Clock at 4. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
All right, a moment here to check out stats for Valentine. How last month turned out for him, averaging about 7 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
Kemba Walker's checked in for Charlotte. The Bulls also changing it up. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Markkanen comes in for Valentine. And Zach LaVine sub in for G. Here's Stone. No one on him, and he makes the easy one. Stone's got the lead up to 4 now for Charlotte.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
No good from Grant. Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Stolen by Markkanen. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist.
Does well to burrow his way into the post, but loses his touch on the finish.
Here's Walker. The rebound by Zipser. Bulls trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
LaVine with it, now guarded by Monk. LaVine passes to Zipser. There's the pick. Markkanen in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And some players, you just kind of know that they'll end up in coaching. Just the way they approach the game and go about themselves. Chris, having played Hoiberg during your career, did you ever see him becoming a head coach?
Well, it's not as easy to tell your opponents versus your teammates. Didn't have a really close relationship with them. Didn't know or his expectations, never played with them. So, no, I never saw it coming.
And so here's Charlotte. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Picked by Zeller. Stone kicks to Zeller. The pass to Walker. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Well, the book on Kemba Walker used to be that you could stay behind the screens, not work that hard, duck behind them because he wasn't going to do anything special. Well, he's worked on that, and he's fixed it, and it's paid off. We've seen his field goal percentage fly up in recent years, and that also means his ankle breaker moves have come up because now you have to respect his jump shot, and his ball handles some of the best in the NBA.
Charlotte making some changes. Hernangomez is checked in for Kid Gilchrist. Batum comes in for Monk, and it's Lamb in there for Stone. The Bulls also changing it up. Justin Holiday comes in for Paul Zipser, and it's done in for Grant. Walker dishes to Lamb. Back to Walker. There's the triple. Second chance shot, and that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Bulls trail by 7. Here's Dunn. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here. And part of the jump for Kemba has been his shot. But it also, Chris, seems that he plays within himself, I think, a lot more now. He used to force the offense, but now is much more patient.
Well, yeah, he's done a great job in addressing the weaknesses he's had in this game. He's a complete point guard. That's what a leader does for their team, and he is the leader of that locker room.
No good from Lamb. And Zeller kicks to Batum. Again, the Hornets score.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And Chris, we often talk about what makes a good coach or a good player, but to change it up a bit, what do you think is an aspect of being a good general manager in the NBA?
I think being a good manager is about a couple of things. Knowing how to manipulate and deal with the salary cap so that you can bring the best players around each other, but the skill sets have to fit. Best players aren't just what a guy has done in the past or how many points he scored or how many records that he's broken. It's about, does his skill set fit with another player? So you don't want 2 guys that are ball handlers on the same team, or you don't want 2 guys that need a ball handler to facilitate, and therefore you don't have anyone to penetrate. So someone that knows how to weave and interject different skill sets that complement each other, I think, is the type of GM that is successful.
Sometimes easier said than done, though, right?
I think most times easier said than done because a lot of GMs have some great ideas, but they need someone else to help in that trade or a player that's willing. And so, you know, you have a lot of moving factors right there.
Here's Hernangomez, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Not quite airtight defense right there, but his release was a little bit off on the jump.
Now here is Holiday. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Levine for 3, and there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That is his first foul of the game.
He's just so good from out there, even when the defense is tight.
Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for the Bulls. Charlotte has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now here's Lamb. Defense right on him. And here's Walker outside. Chicago grabs the miss. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks and start a 3-game homestand with that game. Outside Holiday. Lopez a screen. Bean passes to Holiday. Fires from 18. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And that's 12 points for Zach LaVine. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Batum. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Chicago has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for him.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
Walker with it. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. Lamb dishes to Walker. To the paint. Lopez with the steal. Now here's Vonleh. Hernangomez covering.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers. Done. Third in steals, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And it's his lightning quick hands that have put him in the top 3 in steals. Also his tremendous anticipation. He's constantly all over the basketball.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Bobby Portis has checked in for Lopez.
And for many years, the Chicago Bulls were viewed as a model franchise. Always were competitive and in the hunt for a title, but this current version just can't escape turmoil from within.
And Batum kicks to Walker. Charlotte gets it back.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Portis, the pass to LaVine. And Vonleh has it in the corner. 20 feet out. LaVine can't hit. And the Bulls finally committing, Greg, to a full rebuild this last offseason.
Yeah, and trading Butler was the start of it. I mean, they got some young players to build around and a pick, and it won't be an easy road ahead, but one they felt they needed to make.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Cody Zeller. Then for the Bulls, Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for LaVine, and G's subbed in for Chris Dunn.
Their stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to it.
Valentine. Hornets with the rebound. Howard's got his 8th rebound here tonight. There's Walker with the 3.
Well, he doesn't look like himself right now. Nothing is going his way.
Here's G, guarded by Walker. Portis kicks to G. A 3-ball. No good that time. Walker with some nice D. Hornets trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of, and he's at his best when he is active and aggressive.
Well, so far, if you look at the totality, Batum has put together a very impressive career. He's had a great stroke from outside in addition to his outstanding defense.
And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Lamb. Got a hand on it, and they get it back. Shots good by Hernangomez.
He just looks more engaged this second quarter. A far cry from his disappointing play in the first period.
Over to the wing. G dishes to Vonleh. Drills the 3-pointer. Vonleh's got the lead up to 3 now for the Bulls.
No doubt that was a defensive mistake. You got to have a guy on him at all times.
There's a good screen. Walker the pass to Hernangomez. And a wide open look for Lamb. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Chicago. They're on a 17-7 run. G kicks to Portis. Batum against Holiday. Here's Portis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. and it's a 5-point Bulls lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And Howard has it in the corner. Down low. Batum, good. Batum's got 5 points now this quarter.
And Batum really likes getting shots off from the interior, using those long arms of his well to release the shot over the defense.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. There's a screen. Valentine kicks to Holiday. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
Good on both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Stone. From deep three-point range, he got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Bulls lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Dwight, what has been the key to performing with so much energy tonight?
Well, you know, I've been trying to do my best to get in the best shape I can. This All-Star break, I did some work, you know, just to get in better shape, and it's paying off a little bit.
Looks like it's working out so far. Thanks, Dwight. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Zach LaVine led the way in the first half. He had 12 points and 1 rebound. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the 3, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the 3 ball, way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Welcome back to Charlotte, the Duke Energy Center, the building in the foreground there. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Chicago leading by 5. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. We've got Jeremy Lamb, Hernan Gomez out there with Howard. Then there's Batum, and it's Walker in at the 1. Free throw good, LaVine. Chris, you've been broadcasting as an analyst for the better part of a decade now. Talk about your process when you personally prepare for a broadcast, prepare for a game.
Wow, that's crazy. It is almost the better part of a decade. It doesn't seem that long. I can't believe I've been retired that long, but
I know it.
Right? I can't. Wow, time flies,
I can't
man.
either.
I have to thank so many of the guys that I've worked with that have taught me kind of how to do it. But my process is kind of like a basketball game when I play. There's a scouting report. I look at the scouting report. I look at the stats for the season. I compare the 2 teams. I look at this if I was playing for Team A, what would we have to do? What would my role be? And then I look at it for Team B. I love coaching and management and looking at all those things. And so it gives me a chance to play all those roles and then come up with the game plan. And then from there, I just try to make sure I kind of stick to the rules of commentating when we start the game and go from there. But my preparation is really to get deep into the numbers of each team, but then more importantly, how they've been playing, add that context of what I did as a player, and I know what the teams are going through along with all those analytics, and then kind of just let it fly, and hopefully the fans have fun watching it. But that's my process.
Clock at 4. There's Walker with the 3. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 6 rebounds in the game. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Holiday against Batum. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Hornets trail by 10. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
That's good from Howard on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Just amazing work from Walker. Really zipping the rock fast to the wide open man.
Feeds to Markkanen. Back to Levine. To the left wing. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. One thing that I think many players and certainly many other coaches, Chris, in the NBA love about Steve Clifford is his brutal honesty. He will pull no punches with you.
Yeah, reporters just can't throw cliche phrases at him during the press conferences or he'll dismantle him. The frankness he has with the media and players is one reason players like playing for him.
For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Screen by Howard. From deep, Walker sinks the triple. Walker's got 7 points in the game.
And Walker's development as a 3-point shooter has been a critical part of his blossoming game.
The Bulls leading by 7. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Holiday with the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Howard's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Lamb. Goes up again, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And the athleticism and fearlessness of Batum inside is exceptional, really testing the defense deep in the paint.
Well, one reason why Nick Batum is so valuable on the basketball floor is his ability to guard multiple positions. You hear that a lot with front court players, but Chris, he gives you that flexibility as a guard.
And his length is a big part of why he's able to do that. You always want a rangy guy you can put up on a shooter for the other team. Very often, Batum plays that role because of his ability to bother shots and check a multitude of players.
Levine dishes to Markkanen. Kicks it to Grant. Right side, Levine. He can't get that one to fall. Excellent D from Howard. Here's Lamb. Knocks down the 3 ball. Lamb's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A good shooter off the dribble. Lamb pulls up, leaves the nearest defender in no man's land.
Holiday. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. The Hornets 4th.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
Zeller is checked in for Dwight Howard. He doesn't get the second one.
Whoa. An unfruitful trip to the line. He's typically consistent from there.
Batum passes to Walker. Shoots over Grant. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Chicago leading. Here's Markkanen. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Here's Batum. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
Come on, man. The concentration that Batum has had on these and-one plays is amazing. He's used to finishing through physical contact. Now, when you watch the Hornets play, it seems like they play with a chip on their shoulder. I mean that in a good way. They play like they have something to prove. They have a very self-driven team.
Levine kicks to Grant. Back to Levine. Grant, right side. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. And that's 10 points for Jaren Grant. Chris, as you said, win or lose, you know that this Hornet team is going to battle you for all 4 quarters. They don't give up.
Well, a lot of that camaraderie has developed on this roster because of that. They know they don't have superstars and big names, but it doesn't deter them. They know they have a small margin of error.
A shot by Batum, no good. Chicago has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch 4. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Monks subbed in for Lamb. And Chicago also making a switch. Valentine's checked in. Passes it to Hernan Gomez. Makes it off the glass. Hernan Gomez has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Grant. And the Bulls lead by 3.
Well, Lopez is a strong big man. He excels at absorbing contact and then finishing over the defense.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Some changes for Chicago. Bobby Portis comes in for Robin Lopez. And G's subbed in for LaVine. The feed to Monk. The dish to Zeller. Shots over Markkanen, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Well, Cody Zeller isn't looking to impress anyone with this play, but he is a solid contributor on the floor. I mean, he runs the floor well, he's very good around the rim, great efficiency on the touches close in that he does get.
And with Zeller, it is that efficiency with the ball that you really like about his game every season, Chris. He gets more and more comfortable helping carry the scoring load.
Well, Zeller does a good job of always having his hands ready and being in a position to score. He's great at finishing on those dump-off passes. He knows how to roll and finish strong. They haven't been able to count on his scoring tonight, but still, here they are in the league.
Monk, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple. Bulls have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. They get the rebound. Markkanen can't get it to go.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Monk kicks to Stone. He dishes it to Zeller. They set the pick. Here's Monk. And the 3 off target.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
You know, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
The baseline J. He can't hit that time. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Pass to Hernan Gomez. To the inside. Here's Kid Gilchrist. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the 2 teams.
Grant kicks to Valentine. He feeds it to G. In the corner, Valentine with it. 6 on the shot clock. And again, no good by Chicago. They push it up, 4 on 3. Here's Stone. He has 7. He kicks it to Monk. Now Hernan Gomez dishes it to Monk. For the lead. Here's Zeller. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And here is Grant. 10 points for him. Pass to Markkanen. Back to Grant. Inside. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Grant. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
Charlotte making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Pick by Zeller. And Walker kicks to Monk. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know if he can just break through this cold streak, he can give you what you need.
G passes to Portis. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Walker dishes to Zeller. And Walker kicks to Monk. Charlotte moving the ball around. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And the shot no good, a bit short. Chicago's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Out to the wing. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Monk. Charlotte no good that time either.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, the scoring, I mean, is not coming easy for him. You have to get into a little rhythm, but that's when you can make the extra pass. Play the role of a facilitator.
And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Walker.
Well, I think a big issue for him right now is his performance from the mid-range. Just nothing seems easy for him at the moment, and it's resulted in a lot of missed opportunities for himself and his team when he's taking that shot.
Here's Monk. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Out to the right wing. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. To the wing on the left. Monk gets it to go from beyond the arc. Monk's got 6.
That's the awareness that Kid Gilchrist has out there. Excellent at knowing where the open man is.
Got the shot! He
Just
got it!
no better feeling to be able to deliver in a moment like that.
He's just hot. When you hitting him like that, he's just hot.
Oh, that's an important shot there going into the fourth quarter. They'd been losing ground and needed a big play to close out the quarter.
It's a tie game in Charlotte. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now let's take a listen on head coach Steve Clifford.
Well, we're doing well. Great job. Show your hands. Show your hands. Don't foul.
Moments ago, Steve Clifford talking about defensive technique. Doesn't want to give up 3 points at the charity line.
And by focusing in on the smallest thing, his guys know how serious he is. One of the better defensive coaches in our league.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Taking a look at the Bulls. Valentine out there with Markkanen. Then it's G. Then there's Dunn. And it's Portis in at the center.
Well, look, it's easy to see how important Kemba Walker is to this offense. His ability to score, but his impact goes beyond that. He does a great job of creating movement and opening up lanes for his teammates. He facilitates without turning over the ball.
Valentine shot good.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Now here's Walker. He's tightly guarded. Out left to the wing. It's stolen by G. And there's the pass to Dunn. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Dunn does a little bit of everything out there. Scores the ball, distributes it well, and also pounds the glass aggressively.
Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And the Hornets making a change here. Lamb's checked in. The Bulls also changing it up. Lopez, he's checked in for Markkanen. Justin Holiday comes in for Valentine. And Levine subbed in for G.
And he's been rock solid at the free throw line tonight. A little bit of an unexpected bonus for them.
Batum attacking.
Kevin Batum catches fire so quickly. He's very aggressive on offense.
The Bulls shooting not great, 40% for the game. Outside, Levine. And Levine with the slam.
And
Talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Howard, the pass to Walker. Howard setting the pick for Batum. Can't capitalize on the good screen. And Levine, here we go. Portis kicks to Levine. Puts it up from 12. And it's done in the corner. Passes it to Portis. No good on the triple. Charlotte trailing. And Walker kicks to Lamb. Misses the three. The Bulls have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. They set the screen. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Have to admire how Dunn draws these fouls. Just a master at fooling whoever is on it.
First one falls for him. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Hornets trail by 3. Over in the corner, Lamb hits the three-point bomb.
He spots up so well off the ball. Lamb, an excellent all-around jump shooter.
Over to the left wing. Now, here's Dunn, guarded by Walker. Levine dishes to Dunn. 6 to shoot. Takes a 3. And the Bulls with another miss.
Well, the D was slouching there, and he rose up and confidently hit that shot, just like he did in the first half.
They get the rebound to take the lead, and he lays it up and in. 10 points for Howard.
And that's Howard's comfort zone, in close, near the bucket.
Dunn passes to Holiday. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Holiday's got the game tied up here for the Bulls.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
And Walker kicks to Howard. A fader. He's off on that one. Good D by Lopez. Well, Chicago's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Feeds it to Dunn. Outside, Levine. To the left side wing. Fires from deep. Dunn misses. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 7 from the 4 in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Snatched up. Another shot. That's tipped. They get it back. Here's Batum. And finally they hit one. Batum's got 4 points this quarter.
I just love the aggressive attitude of Batum, especially how hard he hits the boards.
Outside, Levine. To the wing right side. Dunn. Off target with his 3. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. For the 3. And Batum with the basket on the assist from Lamb. Now it's a 5-point Hornets lead.
Well, Batum is a volume 3-point shooter. If he has any space whatsoever, he's pulling up, most likely connected.
Holiday dishes to Dunn. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that one. He gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
The first one falls.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Hernangomez is checked in for the Hornets. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Markkanen, he's checked in for Bobby Portis.
Walker is a superb point guard, an exceptional mix of quickness, shooting, and passing.
And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way. Shots good by Hernangomez.
fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
And that's what you have to do. Stay in the moment. Keep grinding.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen in on what Fred Hoiberg told his team. He was not happy with their shot selection, and he let them know about it. He said, we're taking low percentage shots, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, and work for those shots in the flow of the offense. Stay with the plan. We'll see if they can get it going.
Okay, David, thanks. Dunn kicks to Holiday. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Kemba Walker picks one up. And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Holiday. Here's the Hornets with the ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Screen by Howard. There's the pick. And Walker kicks to Lamb. Misses from short range.
This has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. No good on that one. Good on the second free throw. Now here's Walker. Screen by Howard. Now here's Lamb. Tight defense on him. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Hornets lead by 10.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And Markkanen gets it to go on the assist from Dunn. That's 7 points for Lauri Markkanen. For Charlotte, they've got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. And here's Walker outside. Connects from 3-point range.
Well, after not having a 3 in the first half, he got a big boost right there by nailing that triple.
Kicks it to Holiday. In the corner, it's Levine. Now the feed to Dunn. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
No good on the shot. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Hornets leading by 11. Inside, here's Walker. Nice D from Levine. Bulls shooting in the 4th quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. Holiday. Hornets with the rebound. Lamb's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And Howard has it in the corner. Batum for 3. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Levine can't hit.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Here's Dunn. Herman Gomez grabs the miss. Charlotte has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the 4th. Walker with it. Now guarded by Dunn. Hernan Gomez kicks to Lamb. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lamb's got 12 points here in the second half.
Standing just over 6'5" with a 6'11" wingspan. Yeah, Lamb could be a difficult guard to defend when he sneaks inside.
Bean passes to Holiday. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Screen by Howard. Inland kicks to Walker. Over in the corner, Batum. The dish to Howard. Shot clock at 5. On the wing, Batum. Hornets keep it alive.
They are really crashing the offensive glass, and it's paying off for them.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Hornets.
One of the areas that has been critical for them is second chance points we've seen from them tonight.
A huge factor in this one, Kevin. The hustle on the offensive glass, the willingness to go after those rebounds, that was key.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And really, they finally got something good to happen against this team. The last 2 games they faced them weren't nearly as productive.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Howard.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody could match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this win.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Well, a well-earned victory, feeding off the energy of this hometown crowd really all night.
Ashik with the bucket.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
With the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
And you got to jump at this chance. Stretch that lead out as much as possible.
Stone passes to Hernan Gomez. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
At this point, it's just icing on the cake. Terrific run, closes it out.
Here's Stone. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.